So I was at dinner one night and I just finished eating and my phone went off. I looked at it and it was a picture for it looked like a camp. So I just kind of, I thought it was like a spam text, so I closed my phone. And then the next morning, I looked at it again. I was like, I couldn't, because I didn't really read it, because it was like the picture and then the description of what it was. So I just looked at the picture, closed my phone, and the next morning I walked up to her. I was like, oh, I got this text, and I showed it to her, and she read it. She was like, this is so awesome. I was like, what are you talking about? So I read it again and saw that it was for the Next Level Junior Classic and what it was, and I was like, it's like the Pro Bowl. Like, this is, this is big time. So as soon as we could, I got registered for it and started talking to Coach D. Wise personally and getting to know him, but that's how I found out. I got a text through my phone.
We looked at the text message and I was like, well, this sounds kind of awesome, but let's find out if we can talk to some people and find out if it's legit. So we contacted another recruiting service that we were using, and we were like, what is this about? We asked his coach to check it out because at first we thought it was like a pro game, and we were concerned of his eligibility for his senior year. So we contacted the UIL for Texas, and we kind of did some research on our own just to make sure it was legit. So I thought it was a wonderful opportunity, and everywhere that we asked about it, we got kind of the green light, like, no, you're good. Okay, you're good with this. It's not going to affect his amateur status, so he can participate. And so it was kind of really the only one of very few camps that he was being invited to or offered that was to this caliber as far as being able to play in a game and things like that. We actually had a phone call first with Coach Wise back in July. We were actually in Colorado at a hotel. We were staying there for another camp, and he happened to catch us there, and that's when I was really asking a lot of questions, like, what is this about more and all this. And he's like, yeah, Matthew was one of 20 linemen in the nation that was selected for this. And I was like, what?
And that was a good feeling too, because before this I hadn't had any offers. I hadn't had, I was going to camps because that's what I do. I work out and I go to camps because that's what I want to do. I want to play football at the next level. So it was really interesting because I never had a coach show interest like that. So I'd never met this guy, but he was texting me, figuring out what time I could call, and I was in a different time zone completely because I was in Colorado. And so just the fact that he was making time to speak to me, it was like, okay, this is legit. Like, he's, I'm not just some guy he found on the email list. He did his homework, and he knows who I am. So that was a nice feeling because it wasn't just you really feel like you get picked. It's not just like a chance or luck. Like, you feel like you get picked for this.
Because he mentioned your film too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, he had already known how I play, where I went to school, and I never had a coach talk to me like that wasn't already at my school. So It was a nice feeling.
I think it was that phone call in Colorado when we were able to finally talk to him one-on-one. And like Matthew said, it really made him feel like someone had done his homework on Matthew, and it wasn't just, he was just another number. We've been to the mega camps, we've been to the 2-day camps, the single camps, the camps that have all the D1 coaches, and you still feel like you're a checkbox. It's like, we've gotten so many hundreds and thanks for coming today. And there's just nothing following that. And so to feel pursued was a good thing for him.
And I mean, I'd especially felt that too, because, like she said, going to the mega camps and stuff like that, at the end of the camp, you stand in line with all the other people in your position group, and you hear them talking to the coaches, and it's almost like the same conversation over and over and over again. You're just waiting for your turn to get the script, and then, you get to Twitter and you leave. And sometimes you never even hear from that coach ever again. So it's like, what am I doing? But I mean, even now, I've been here for 2 days. We haven't even played the game yet. I feel like I've made relationships that are going to last for years after this, because, it really does build a brotherhood.
You just said you didn't like the first day.
Yeah, it was funny. So the first day, I wasn't a huge fan, but I think it was because everyone was feeling each other out, right? And it's something like this, everybody's coming where they're the best of the best. Wherever you come from, you were the best there, that's why you got picked. Everybody got picked because they're the best that they could find. So it's like, everybody's like, I'm better than you, why should I be friends with you? So everyone felt like that, right? And everybody was kind of full of themselves. And then once we started practicing, we got on the field, it's like, it's kind of like what they say before a game. Like, at the end of the day, everyone puts on pads, put on a helmet, everybody bleeds the same. So, everybody's different, everybody's I'm better than you, and then we get on the field and we're all on level ground. And we really started bonding and getting in sync, and especially today on the second day of practice, first day we were all, no one was talking in the locker room, it was real quiet, and then today, we're waiting on a bus that's a little late, and we're all jumping around, dancing around in the locker room with music, so it's like that. We get real connected. I feel like I've been playing football with these guys for my whole high school career, and I've been with them for 2 days. And I feel like part of that has to be with the coaches because of the relationship you build with, everybody looking the same all the time, the tight schedule, everybody's going through the same thing. So I feel like that part of it really does build a relationship faster than anything I've ever experienced before.
Some of the moms were teasing about, where's muffins for moms? They just took all our babies. So yes, it was a little tear of the heart, but we're all under the same roof, and we've been able to participate in practice, and not participate, of course, but being there and being able to watch them, and the classes have been pretty cool too. And from what I've seen so far, they're getting kind of the same content with their classes that we're getting with the adult classes, and so a lot of it I've seen before, I have known before, but it's great to have that reinforcement for maybe some of the athletes that are not doing those things on a regular basis, that are not focused on nutrition and not focused on, I even learned something myself today about the cell phones, about not having it close to you when you sleep and things like that. And that's kind of a no-brainer. When you hear it, you're like, duh, but why am I still doing that? So that was a little snippet of one of the things that I pulled out today. But yeah, it's been good too. I had a hard time at the start because it's my baby, but it's okay.
There's going to be classes and these, full-on 30-minute, 45-minute film sessions and stuff like that. And I feel like that's where I've grown the most, is having to sit down when you're tired after a practice, waking up early in the morning, and then you got to sit, go through class, go through film, and then you got to get up, go get redressed again and go practice again. And I feel like, at the college level, that's normal. But, coming out of high school, it's like, I've never done this before. I don't do, in high school, you're not even allowed to practice twice a day. So it was a different feeling, and I feel like it's really opened my eyes to what to expect when I do get to the college level. Well, it's fun. So I'm on Team Swag, right? And I feel like the thing I'm most excited for at the game is to go out there and just play with some swag. It almost feels, normally when you're getting ready for a game, it's like you're thinking about it and you got to know who your opponent is and watch their film and all that stuff. We haven't even watched film on the other team because it's we're all confident in our abilities and we're all going to go out there and play with some swag, play with a chip on our shoulder, and we're just going to go out, keep the bond that we've already made, and just play hard. And just us being close to each other already is what's going to get us the dub tomorrow, for sure.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see them all play tomorrow. In high school games, you always have maybe 1 to 3 or 4 athletes that have the mindset of wanting to go all the way into college. So a lot of the athletes in high school are just playing just to have fun. It's a sport in school, right? So for me, it's going to be really exciting to watch a game that my son is in, that he has a love and heart of the game with an entire field of athletes that feel the same. Because I know that's been one of his frustrations in high schools. He's like, I just want everyone to take this seriously, right? So tomorrow will be the first time that I get to see him play with everyone that's taking it seriously. So that's what I'm excited for. I'm really excited for that. Mm-hmm. One of my comments that I like to say to people all the time is that a closed mouth is never fed, right? So if you're hesitant about something, ask the question. If there's something that you want to know or you don't understand, ask the question. If you get the text message from DYs and you don't understand and you want more information, call and ask him. Call and talk to him about it. We all as parents have a motherly or fatherly instinct, and it's good to follow that. And, I would never use my money that's earned with blood, sweat, and tears to bring him here if I didn't feel like it was legit. And it's been a great experience for both of us.
I mean, yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like if somebody was on the fence, I mean, proof's in the pudding. Like, you can go on Twitter, you can go on Instagram, you can go on the website. Like, there's so much proof of these athletes coming here and having, one of the best experiences, one of the best environments they've ever had. And then, majority go out and play college. And majority, walk in here with no offers, and then they leave and they get offered. I mean, there's a kid on my team. He came with no offers. We haven't even played the game yet, and he has an offer. So it's things like that. Like, there was a quote on Coach DY's his Twitter. He quoted and said, "Talent over stars," and I felt like that was a really, really good quote that stuck with me because everybody's so consumed with the hype, like, oh, here's that 5-star, here's that 4-star, and that don't mean nothing. All these people don't have any stars, but we're all best of the best and we're playing like it. And like, to give an example, like, one of my favorite teams in college is Michigan. They're in the college football playoff. They're undefeated right now. Their whole roster's 3-4 stars, three stars. They develop, and I feel like that's what's happening here. They take these people who have no offers, have no stars, and they develop them into those athletes who, it proves they deserve it. And Coach Wiseup had a guest speaker here last night, and he was a part of this program last year, and he got offered by Cincinnati, Power 5. He never had an offer, and he got offered by Cincinnati. And he went from being no stars to nobody knows who this guy is. He gets offered by Cincinnati, and he's automatically 3-star, nationally ranked in his state. So it's things like that. Like, if you feel like your child is of the potential to be among the top dogs, people with stars, people with offers, bring them here, because it's gonna bring them to light.
Great.
Go Team Swag.